Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Bottles. I'm sure you'll remember that I showed you what I got in my vintage bead box a few weeks ago, I guess it was. And I've used some of these up, so I'm just going to refresh you before I show you what I made from this, because I promised you a follow-up that I would make something out of each of my 3 boxes. So I was most interested in this box, so I did it first. These are the green fire polished. I don't know, they're not showing up real good on camera, but they're green. Hold on, I'm trying to get my light a little bit more effective. Let's see if I can. It's a beautiful sunny day out, but when I open the side blind, it just casts shadows because the sun's coming in. But this is like a deep green, beautiful bead. They sent me these black obsidian drops, these gold faceted beads in several sizes, the glass leaf beads. These are called opalite beads. They've got like a nice glow to them. These flower cut beads, which also have that gorgeous opalite type glow to them. And then a chain that I've already decorated. And then these beautiful cloisonne, I guess they're called, beads, which did not match anything else. And then these little green, they call them seed beads, but they're like an 8/0, so they're, to me, they're too big to be seed beads. But I'll start with these and the gold. And I didn't finish the piece because I decided partway through to put the wire through my finger, and then I never got back to it. But I got enough done to show you. I like these gold beads, and I thought they would go well with these green, because the green are basically, if you look in the light, the gold with a green painted in the middle. So they go really well. So I was going to do a whole bracelet to show you, but I managed to just get this little piece chained, which is fine because I'd probably never wear the bracelet, and I just wanted to give you an idea that I could finish this and have a small, let me get it up to the, see if you can see it. I just hand chained it, and I alternated the smallest gold with that green, what they called a seed bead. Did they even put a color? No, they just put seed beads. But you can see the gold reflecting in them. So that, I might finish it at some point, but it'd just be a very delicate little bracelet. And so that's one thing I could make. I would have to add a clasp or use wire to make a clasp. And then the next thing I made, I used the chain, and I used one of the obsidian drops. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not thrilled with this piece, but I was just attempting to come up with some things. Now this, I took one of the leaves and wired it onto a big jump ring, and then just hung a couple of the green with an opalite, and then one of the amber goldish colored beads. And the chain itself is really pretty, although they said it's a vintage chain. I don't know if it's vintage inspired, but it has one of these C-clasps, which I'm not a big fan of. But the thing I don't like about the leaves, and I'll show you real quick, is that it is wire. So you have to basically make a loop with the wire. Let me see if I can get it close so you can see. You can't use them as a head pin. You have to, let me see if I can get that up close enough. I don't know if you can see how I literally had to take that, make a coil. And I did it around the jump ring, which was quite a trick, let me tell you. But I thought it turned, and you can put it in, or I can turn it that way and have it out, whichever way I want to do it. I kind of like it turned in over the piece, but you can do it either way. And the reason I decided to do that is one of these drops is very angled. So you see, I can't put a bead on top of it. And if I hung it with a bead above it, you'd see how misshapen the bead is. The other two are nice. They appear to be pretty even on top. So I can use those two to make a pair of matching earrings. However, I did not care for any of the beads that came in the box to be combined with these. So I think when you buy these boxes, you have to assume you're going to be putting them into your bead collection and mixing and matching. Now, I did an earring that I did 2 versions of. One I did on head pins. Let me see if you can see it. I did it on head pins, and I did not put a bead inside of here, which I should have. But I just used the beautiful They gave me a gorgeous earring top, chandelier, and then I just made the 3 strands. I made the middle one just a little longer. This lighting is terrible. I apologize. But I prefer to chain. I think it gives it more movement. So this is the same earring, but I chained it. And it makes it a lot more movable. It moves around a lot more, but it makes it huge. So were to do this, I probably would maybe use less beads, because it's a really long. Now, if you like big, long earrings, you can see how long this is. Let me look on my mat here. It is from the top of the wire to the bottom of the longest bead. It is almost 4.5 inches. So it's a pretty long earring. But I like the look of the chained beads better. But some people prefer the wire. So I wanted to do one of each to show the difference in the two styles. Now, I did another earring that I really love, and I did use 2 of the leaves on these earrings. And I, again, used pretty much all the same things. And this one, let me see if I can, I used a little green, one of the green beads on top. Then I hung one of the purples with the opalite underneath. And then I put a leaf with a green bead on top. This has got to be my work. It's crazy to me that it's a beautiful sunny day and I can't get good lighting. I thought about going outside, but it is so windy out there, it'd probably affect the camera, the noise. You might be hearing rattling in the actual video. Let me lay it down and see if you can see it better. That way. But I made 2 of them, and I was really pleased how these came out. These might end up in my Etsy shop. I usually sell I usually sell earrings like this for about 15 bucks. And they usually sell for about 15 bucks. Just because of all the detail in them. Okay, I can't seem to get both of them to cooperate at the same time. And again, I apologize for the lighting. I don't know what's going on today. So I opened this up, but see how speckly the light is? And I thought that'd be distracting, but maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know. Let me see if I throw that curtain out of the way, if that helps a little bit. Let me try it. Maybe speckled light's better than no light. I have really got to get this figured out. But anyway, but that's really all I could come up with on these beads. I really think when you get these boxes, you have to look at it as adding to what you already have. I'm very pleased with the 2 pairs of earrings, and I'm going to do the other one as a chain, but I haven't decided if I'm going to take one off of each. I'm not sure. I could take the opaline off and just have the green be the bottom. Those are a little long for me, and I really like these enough that I might actually keep them. But I think they're a little long, so I might take the bottom opaline off. I'd love to know what you think about that. Also, I wanted to show you something real quick while I have this out. I was looking through my dollar bead box because that's going to be the next one I do. And I thought this was really interesting. Let's see if I can find it to show you. They sent me, make sure I have the right one. I might have the wrong one out. They sent me 2 boxes. Might be the other one. Hold on. I thought this was interesting enough to show you. Yes. Look at this. I got these from the dollar bead box. Do those look a little bit familiar? I think the ones from Vintage are a little bit more refined. A little bit nicer, but still, for the dollar bead box, I still got something similar. These are less chunky. You can see the rings that hold the beads are tinier, which I like. But it's a basic style, which I thought was really interesting. So, all I'm saying is, I like the colors they sent me, and I thought they were a great addition. I still have quite a few left, even after, oh my goodness, even after making several projects. But I could not find anything that these dark blue Clisson beads went with. I guess they could have gone with the opaline. I mean, that might work, but I didn't like them with the amber. I didn't like them much with the green. So that would be my only thing, is you cannot count on it to all go together. You have to figure, you might be able to make a couple things out of it with the addition, like I said, of ear wires. I had to put some ear wires on, and I had to add jump rings to the piece, the necklace, and of course wire to do the bead, the wire for both the head pins for these, and wire for the chained products I did, the chain pieces. So when you are going to subscribe to a bead box, just keep in mind that it's not going to be all-inclusive. You're going to have to add not only the findings, but some other elements. I'm going to keep the boxes intact for now, and what I may do after I get 2 or 3 from vintage, see if all the vintage together makes something, and I'll do the same with the bead boxes. Once I get a couple more bead box, the dollar bead boxes, I'll do the same thing and see if I take 2 or 3 of them, what does that do? Does that make a complete set, minus of course the findings? Also, another thing I got in the mail today, this said turquoise. Now, I don't know about you, it says turquoise on the bottom. The picture looked turquoise. This is more of a denim blue if you ask me. But I can't really return it because it says turquoise on it. And it's a blue I will use, but I was very, very disappointed. I was figuring on something, I don't even know where to show you, but like a turquoise, like an actual turquoise color. That's what the picture in the listing looked like, but that's okay. And I got a new cookie cutter in the mail because, you know, I need another one. I got a bowling pin. Is that fun or what? I just thought that would be a fun one to do. I don't know what possessed me, but I was looking for I think I was looking through my orders to see the original listing for this, and saw this saved because I save a lot for later. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get that bowling pin. So I'm going to be doing that soon. This was an inexpensive one, like $2 or $3 free shipping. And the bowling ball, I'm just going to use a round cookie cutter. So anyway, that's what I've been up to, and I'm about to get the ornament going, and I decided I'm going to film it as I go so that I can do from the beginning stage to the last stage and record just parts of it. I'm not going to record making the whole ornament because that would literally take, see, 4 or 5 hours, and I got to do 2. So what I'm going to do is each stage I do, I'll record, and then when I'm done, you'll see it. And then I decided at the end, then I'll record an intro showing the finished ornaments that I can show at the beginning. That way, if that works, it'll make it a lot quicker for me to do ornaments, and you guys can see it as I do it. So that's what I'm going to do, and I am looking forward to sharing it with you. And it should be out Saturday is when I should have it done. Tomorrow I'm going with my friend to help her with, she's bought a new house and she wants me to join her for the inspection. So I'll be spending a few hours over there in the morning, but I'm going to come home in the afternoon and work on that ornament. And that, so like I said, that should be out Saturday. And I'm trying to do one other thing before Easter for you. And then I've decided that every week I'll get at least one ornament tutorial up, more if I can, but at least one. And another one that I've also decided to do, if you haven't read my comments, is I've had several requests to do videos taking apart the jewelry I've bought and making stuff out of it. So I'm going to do that. And not only was I requested to make jewelry out of these pieces, but how about trying to make ornaments or other items out of them? So I'm going to first start with jewelry, and then I'm going to see what else I can come up with. But I've got a big bucket of jewelry, so I will be doing that starting next week. I will do at least one video a week where I take up several pieces of jewelry, put it on the table, take it apart, and see what we can make out of it. And I think it would be fun. So we'll see how that goes. And then next week, Easter will be over, so I'll be able to do some fun spring and just different. I got the llama video I want to do, and just a bunch of fun ones. I'm trying for 2 a week, but I can definitely do one. And I'm hoping with this new technique of actually recording as I make it, that I can show you more videos. Because even if my granddaughter's here, I can record the little snippets I'm going to do at a time. That shouldn't be a problem, because she's, you know, not going to, if I block her off with the playpen, I can keep her out of here while I work. So I'm sitting at my table, but I can block off the entrance to my table with the playpen. So even if she's here, I might be able to pull that off. So we're going to give that a try. I think that might be the best of both worlds. A way to do a full tutorial, but yet not have to make all the different stages of the, because then what happens, you know, is I have one completed one, then I have one that I just had to do the last stitch but has no loop, then I have one that the whole front's done but I haven't sewn it together. So after I've done 10 ornaments, I've got all these unfinished ornaments sitting around that I never seem to get finished. So right now I have at least 10 from when I started to now that I never finished. So I need to work on those in between and get them kind of finished up. So I think that'll help me to do more content for you that you guys really want, and to not have a bunch of ornaments half finished laying around, and be able to do more ornaments because I have so many cookie cutters. A friend of mine asked if I had made a list of all my cookie cutters. I told her no, because I literally have hundreds. I have a large grocery paper bag filled about this far from the top just for Christmas. It might even be closer to the top than that, but it's pretty full. And then I have, you know, bags full for every other holiday. Easter, Valentine's Day, Halloween, I have almost as much as I do for Christmas. And then I have a big bag, plastic grocery bag of generic stuff like the llama, and I have a wolf, and I have, which I've promised to do, by the way, and I have not forgotten that wolf. And just all different kinds of animals. I've got farm animals. I've got so many cookie cutters that I can't, I could do 2 videos a week for probably a year or 2 and never reuse a cookie cutter. So I have a lot. And then I buy probably one every month or 2. Because I've got a whole list of them saved on my Amazon wish list. Well, what I do is I put them in my cart and save for later because it's easier to access them. So I have probably 20 or 30 cookie cutters on there. Some of them I'm probably not going to get because after I think about it, I'm not going to get that. But, you know, I've got so many cool cookie cutters to share with you guys. So, yeah, I can't run out of content anytime soon. And worst comes to worst, I can even do templates of my own too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like the jewelry I came up with. I was really pleased. I'd love to know what you think between the chained and the head pins, which you prefer. And should I have put, because on these I added the white underneath the flowers, see? Should I have done that on this one too? But this will become like this. But guess what? I've got another pair of these in the dollar one that I'll be doing with the Dollar Tree beads. So depending on how many people say which one they prefer, that's what I'll do on the Dollar Tree. If more people prefer the chained, I'll do chained. If more people prefer this, I'll do that. Because, you know, ultimately I want to do what you guys are interested in. And I will be doing a video on chaining. I'm just a little rusty right now. Some of my loops aren't even that great right now. I just saw a big old boo-boo I made. I am such a perfectionist. You will find that out about me. But I will be doing a video on how to chain beads. I love doing it, and I thought that would be a fun video we can do. And I'll be doing lots of stuff on earrings and different kinds of jewelry. So we had to get through the holidays, then I missed a month, and then we had spring and we had Easter. Now we won't have any main holidays for quite a while that I can start getting into other types of videos for you. But we're pushing 20 minutes now, so I'm going to let you go. But I'll be back soon, And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.